I was asked to mention key moments in my career, but none really compares with the day I walked along Elizabeth Street and into the old Consolidated Press building for the first time and smelt the ink and smoke and sweat and heard the rumble of the presses. That may well have been the happiest day of my life. I was 18 and now a journalist. The Daily Telegraph, then owned by Sir Frank Packer, had a slightly manic house style created by its wartime editor Brian Penton, who decreed that everything had to be in the active voice. Paragraphs could not exceed 16 words, and words of unnecessary length were banned. Like during, you had to say in, and the use of any adjective required special dispensation from Mr. Ray Walker, the chief sub-editor, who wore a green eye shade and blue suede shoes. I was assigned to cover the coroner's court, where I was told mysteriously I would learn about life. On my first day, the coroner announced that it was customary for him to take the flowering buds of journalism, as he called us cadets, on a tour of the morgue. So down we went, and I passed out. Ghost white but alive, I was carried into the sunshine. This seemed to set a pattern. My first byline story, if you could call it that, was the bees of Bankstown. A swarm of bees had descended on a car park in Bankstown. In fact, there wasn't really a story at all until a gormless bystander bearing a notebook was stung right between the eyes and passed out on the footpath. A photograph appeared in the afternoon paper under the headline, "Bees Claim First Victim." That was me. The Telegraph was a wonderful place to work. The senior journalists included men who had survived the horrors of war and were the kindest colleagues I've ever known. Wherever I've reported from, Vietnam, Cambodia, East Timor, Africa, Iraq, Palestine, Moscow, Washington, and here in London, of course, I've never forgotten the joy and inspiration and the superb training of those early years in Sydney. Above all, I learned what a privilege journalism was, that allowed you into people's lives, to hear their stories and to sometimes help them fight their battles. Thank you for this honour.
Mr. John Pilger. Thank you very much, John Pilger.